hip hop means culture to me. You know, when I think of hip hop, I think of culture. I think of black people. I think of us. You know, I think of emerging out of struggle. I think of being the underdog. And Crisscross and Monica and, you know, next door neighbors, the Future. You know, like I said, I went to high school with K-Rab and Young Dro and Pimpin' from Franchise, and you know, so it's just like a cultural thing. So I've been involved in the culture, but idolizing growing up, LL Cool J was my first favorite hip hop artist. I used to like people like Keith Murray. Yeah, Ryan DMC was definitely influential too. But LL was like the Drake back then for me. You know what I'm saying? So Drake my favorite artist right now, of course. But you know, I think I didn't decide to want to get into music until I seen Diddy and Biggie and Jermaine Dupri. Like I said, once again, I don't know what it was like Master P. I studied the moguls of the music, the people that was kind of like behind the scenes, but at the same time in the forefront. I just gravitated to those characters in music, and I don't know what it is, but as a child, I always idolized them and wanted to own my own label. It's the same thing, it's just different times. I still think it represents the same thing, because hip hop, the culture, even like us as black people, it's majority like entertainment. So, you know, sports like basketball, you know, football, is a part of hip hop culture, if you ask me. And it's us trying to figure out a way to make it out of our current situations through using our God-given gifts and talents. You know, fashion, you know, all that is a part of hip hop to me. Even, you know, politics right now, like you said, is a part of hip hop right now. It's just changing the culture, bettering ourselves, educating ourselves. And I think the hip hop culture is kind of shifting a little bit now, where it's becoming, you know, financial literacy and education. And I think it's evolving to that, get knowledge. That's the new artist, you know what I mean? People who are giving that information and who's giving that knowledge. I think that's the new culture of hip hop. It's gonna explode any second. I'm really a deep thinker, so you know, I've never been the type that's a follower, and I do stuff based on trends. You know, if I don't know how those people can affect me, because I think as a culture we've done a lot of things backwards, and I think we need to look at it, reanalyze, and re-educate ourselves. When I say a lot of things backwards, you know, majority of us are Democrats, like, right? The Democrats are the ones who created the jail system. So, you know, it's kind of like mixed signals. So it's like kind of like the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve is not the United States government. It's a monetary system. It's a private institution outside of the government, right? So when we're speaking on, it's just knowing and understanding the information. They put a president on the dollar to make you feel like it's government backed. You feel me? So it's just educating ourselves to understanding why currency is what it is, why things are the way they are, and understanding that it's all a business. You feel me? Why do we have a social security number? You feel me? Why can't we leave the country but for so long and have to come back? You feel me? Are we really free? It get deep. I understand the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. You feel me? So it's kind of like, you know, when you grew up at your mama's house. As long as you're living underneath my roof, you're gonna abide by my rules. Right? You were taught that as a child? Couldn't do what you wanted. As long as you was underneath her roof. You're under the United States roof. The Federal Reserve has the gold. They control inflation. They control whether we go into a recession, depression, deleveraging. They control whether, you know, the housing market crash or survives. They print in trillions of dollars. They control whether they print the money or not print the money. You understand? So if we're underneath their house and we have to abide by their rules, if you don't have no money, what are you gonna do? You feel me? You know, I don't know. That's a tough one. You know, it's kind of, everybody speaks on selling out. I understand moral values and a moral compass. It's certain things that I inherently believe in, which is like the 10 Commandments, you know, killing, stealing, kidnapping, raping, murdering. But outside of that, I don't believe in right and wrong. That's just me. I believe it's your way and my way. What might work for me might not work for you. What may work for you might not work for me. And that's just me, you know. So it's hard for me to speak on selling out because I'm not in another person's body and I haven't went through what they experienced. You understand? I think anything that helps get us out of an impoverished situation is necessary and needed. Anything that helps us educate ourselves from hurting one another, taking from each other, robbing each other, killing each other is necessary and is needed. Long as it's helping and it's positive, in my opinion, it's necessary and it's needed.
To them.
Continue to help, continue to care, continue to strive, continue to be great, continue to love. Like Future, Drake, except for Kanye.
A lot of first for Kanye.
So, you know what I'm saying? None of them ain't complaining about being independent or talking about Rihanna ain't screaming stay independent. Chris Brown ain't screaming stay independent. You feel me? Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, whatever her name is, Mariah Carey, Jennifer, ain't none of them saying stay independent because they'd rather spend somebody else's money than spend millions of dollars of their own money betting on themselves. That's the game. And guess what? Because of that backing, they are who they are. See, what people don't understand is it's not the money that makes the value. It's the name that makes the value. So if that brand, like for example, you think Steve Harvey has to pay for his Cadillac?
Right.
All he got to do is his name, he can go endorse it. I'm like, because his name has more value than that money, than that Cadillac. You feel where I'm coming from? If he want to go eat at a restaurant, they got to pay him to interview. Right. You're like, so if you investing in your name, see, that's what we don't get because we too busy stuck on the money. If we use the money to build a brand and build a name, now Kanye is Kanye. It's people in different countries around the world who love Kanye because he's going against whatever is in the United States.
Right.
So they'll say welcome, and they're gonna celebrate when he come through the door and gets him a private jet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's the name that matters. You feel me? But also you want to just make sure you have the right political, not political, but the right legal representation. That's important.